What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Pokestrats 101, the only free college course that you can take whenever you feel like it, and it doesn't cost us anything but our dedication to Pokemon. Us, you ask? I have a guest with me today named Hitmonmaster97, a growing channel just like ours, and we're gonna have him take it away right now. Here you go, man.
Sad, dude. Yeah, I'm only here to help him explain this stuff because I'm obviously the superior Pokemon player, most except for mine that I created. Alright, I mean, look at my screen name. I'm the Hitmonmaster. So, this is my game. Alright. Anyway, so basically what the point of this is going to be is we're going to go through the entire Pokedex, picking off each and every competitively viable Pokemon, from Eviolite Pokemon to Magikarp. You never know. Z-Splash is a thing, and Magikarp can't not be that bad, you know. JK. Anyway, so we're just going to be going through the decks. Like today, I believe we have prepared for you Venasaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. The first real competitive viable Pokemon, because they're the first in the Pokedex, you know. Anyway, so I think we're going to start off with Venusaur, is that right?
Yep.
Alright. Now, we tried to prepare 3 sets for each one, a physical attacker, a special attacker, and bulky. So, that's just the basic formula we got, in case you noticed some sort of thing going on. Anyway. Alright, so let's start off with the physical Venusaur. Now, as you can see, we got the Black Sludge for some sort of sustain, because we built this thing bulky. We built it bulky on purpose, because it's not fast. It's not. Venusaur is not a fast Pokemon, no matter how much you invest in speed. But it does get access to Swords Dance. Now, Swords Dance, I love that. It just automatically doubles your attack for free. One turn, boom, double attack. And on a beefy Pokemon like Venusaur, it's awesome. Especially considering that Venusaur's physical move pool is actually... It's not too fluent, but it's got some decent options. Like, if you look, we got Swords Dance, Petal Blizzard, Earthquake, and Skull Bash. Now, Petal Blizzard, I love that move. 90 power, 100 accuracy, and in doubles, hits everything. And then Earthquake, again, hits everything in doubles, that's always cool. But Skull Bash, I really like Skull Bash's move. So it's a 2-turn attack that you're stuck on the field for it, but you get a free defense boost on top of 130 base power attack. And again, we have the Black Sludge on there for some sort of sustain, so you don't have to have another leftovers running around, because it's rare to actually have a good Black Sludge poke, especially in this slow physical attacking meta, which Venusaur dominates in. It's so good. Also, I'd like to mention we are not going to be talking about the Megas in this, possibly in a future episode, but for now, we're just going to leave it at the basic forms. Alright, take it away with the special, Corbin.
Before we start with that, though, I want to go over real quick that Skull Bash for Venusaur is a move that you can only get from breeding it with a Blastoise as an egg move.
Yeah, that's a important note, so you don't gotta look that up. You heard it first.
Yep.
Alright, anyway.
Do we want to go over the EV spread at all, or we want to just go ahead and go to the special one?
Oh yeah, that's right. Oops, sorry. Unprofessional. Anyway.
Fail.
Yeah, we're looking at... Yeah, right, I know. Please don't edit me with some sort of idiot tagline or something.
Okay.
Anyway, we just go 252 into each of the defenses. Then we can really pick any nature in the special defense, I prefer. But physical defense works just as well, because Venusaur is kind of weird. Its only real weaknesses are flying, ice, fire, and psychic. Now, ice can be more of a physical attacker, and flying is usually a physical attacker, while psychic and fire are special attackers, but personally, I would just invest into the defense a little bit more. Ice is more of a common offensive typing than the other one. So, safer bet, and yeah.
There you have it. Alright, so moving on to the special Venusaur. So the first thing you might notice is that it's got a Fiery MZ on it, which you may think is a little weird, but we've got that covered. Its ability is Chlorophyll for double speed for Sunny Day, which is the move we're using with the Fiery MZ. What Sunny Day Z does is it boosts your speed by 1 stage, so not only is the Venusaur giving itself a double to its speed as it is from the Chlorophyll, but it's also getting an extra +1 from Sunny Day, making it pretty dang quick for a fat little, basically flower dog. And then for its other moves we got Solar Beam, Sludge Bomb, and Hidden Power Ice. Solar Beam being a really powerful grass type move, and in the sunlight only taking 1 turn to hit, which is pretty solid damage for not having to wait like you normally would. Sludge Bomb, 90%, 90 power, great for killing fairies, and, you know, having a stab poison move is always nice. Then Hidden Power Ice to get those dragons or any other Pokemon, because Ice isn't a very easily walled type. I don't think any Pokemon have a 0 damage from it.
Nope, not a 1.
Which makes it beautiful. And 60 base power is nothing to scoff at. So the EV spread we did on this one is we went full bulk on it as well, but we natured into the special attack so that it would have more damage, since it doesn't have any moves that increase the special attack on it. And then we put a 4 into the HP because you never know when that 1 extra hit point will help it survive.
I've seen survivals on 1 HP, definitely.
Do what?
I've seen survivals on 1 HP, 100%, all the time.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice when it happens. Alright.
It's nice.
So here you go. Take it away again with the bulky one.
Alright, so we're moving on to the bulk Venusaur. Alright, now this is going to be the meta set that you're going to see all the time. Like, this is the one that if you see a Venusaur that's not Mega, this is what it's right. You're not going to see any sort of attacking Venusaur just because Venusaur is a fat Pokemon. It just survives hits for days, especially when you try to make it bulky. Now, I mean, Black Sludge again, because really, it's awesome just to have that Black Sludge on something so you don't have to waste your leftover slot. And then, like, well, you gotta run the leech. You gotta run the leech. That's just extra free sustain that does damage to them. So say if they're a steel type, you're still able to get the leech seed damage off, and reasonably you could stall with just leech seed. It's not impossible, but it's a bit harder because they can just swap. Now, then we have the synthesis, for obvious reasons, it needs to survive all the hits, and then just Toxic and Protect. Now this is walled by Magic Bounce Pokemon, and like Ferrothorn, Steel Grass Pokemon. But that's not too large of a concern. At least in this meta, Ferrothorn doesn't seem to be appearing very much, and Magic Bounce Pokemon have kind of fallen off since Megas aren't allowed to see it. But, and then, yeah, we just went Overgrow because Chlorophyll's not going to be useful, and I mean, who wants to try to get the hidden ability Venusaur, am I right? Anyway, and then with the defenses, we invested the EVs defensively as we did with the other ones because there's really no other way to invest Venusaur, if we're being completely honest. Like, it's meant to be bulky, it's meant to absorb hits, and it's just meant to survive.
Pretty much.
But
I mean,
one will
too slow.
A bit longer.
Yeah. Alright.
But, hey, you never know. So, I believe we're moving on to Charizard now, and that would be you, Corbin.
Yep. Alright, so let me back up here into the list, into Charizard. Alright. So the way we're running this Charizard is we basically set it up like a Charizard X. Right? That's the one we set it up like?
Yep.
Alright. So we set it up like a Charizard X, only it's not Dragon type, so it's not 4 times damage from Ice. And then we gave it a Focus Sash to replace the Charizard X.
Hold on. Excuse me, Corbin. You're an idiot. Fire resists Ice. It's still 4
I'm
times
saying
damage.
that if you were Charizard X, he would take 4 times from Ice.
No, he wouldn't. He'd be hit neutral by Ice, just like he's hit
neutral
by
he loses. Yeah, that's right. He loses the flying type, not the fire type. Yeah,
that's not.
Ignore the stupid comment I made. He is the superior player. I'm pretty much just anyway, moving on. Okay, so we gave him a Focus Sash because Charizard it has some pretty good bulk, but we wanted to make sure he'd live a hit no matter what. So we gave him Dragon Dance so that he'd be able to get his attack and speed up by 1. And then Thunder Punch because it's a good move to take out other flying Pokemon, water types, which is its biggest weakness. And then we gave it Fire Punch as a stab move, which takes care of grass types and, you know, a lot of other annoying Pokemon like the steel types, like Ferrothorn, in case they ever show up. And then Dragon Claw because why not?
Well, I mean, you gotta kill the dragons. Dragon resists both fire and electric.
True.
And honestly, in this scenario, he's a better Dragon Slayer for the reason that he's not weak to dragons also.
Yep, you're right. And then for the EVs, we just went full speed and full attack, and we went ahead and natured into the attack so that this thing would hit like a freight train. Alright.
Works pretty well. I've ran this set myself.
It's a good lizard. It's a punchy lizard.
Yeah, for real. Alright, so we're moving on with the special set now.
Yeah.
Now, the special set's probably more so what you're going to see if it's not going to Mega Evolve. But to be honest, if you see a Charizard, it's probably going to Mega Evolve. So that's what they're expecting. It's more of a guessing game of whether it's going to be Mega Charizard X or Mega Charizard Y. And so we're just looking, like, you got to look at it this way. And, like this. You're going for a fast special attacking sweeper. This is a Charizard Y without committing to the Mega Stone. Like, you don't want to waste your 1 Mega, sure, why not? Just go with this. Put a Citrus Berry on it, so if it does survive a hit, it goes up enough to where its Solar Power ability will not bring it down once you set up this side. Like, because if you go down to your Sash, you set up the Sun, Solar Power kicks in at the end of the turn, boom, you're dead. Waste of a Charizard, am I right?
Instant.
So, and then you gotta have the Solar Beam on there. You gotta have the Solar Beam on there because the water type threats, like, they are a threat. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
But
Big time.
I'd use this set in doubles, put it next to a Torkoal, just to get the free Sun. But that's just my opinion. But this
That
is
would
Charizard
be a good
guide.
double set.
This is a Charizard guide, not a doubles guide. Anyway, so and then the flamethrower, obviously, because stab flamethrower in the sun from a Charizard is just good. It's
Plus the solar
100%
power
good.
bonus.
Yeah, plus the solar power bonus, which I believe is like a choice specs.
Actually, I think
good.
that, yeah, choice specs is 1.5.
Yeah, choice specs is 1.5. It's just
Yeah,
free
it's a
boost.
specs.
And then you have Air Slash, which it's the most reliable flying type special move that he gets. I mean, it's about as good as it gets, if we're being honest. His special move pool is not as good as it really could be. I mean, if you wanted to, you could run Hidden Power Flying in that slot just as easily. But other than that, I don't. It's about as good as it gets. To be
Yeah, pretty much.
honest. Right, time for Bulkyzard.
Not gonna go over the EV spreads.
You can take the EVs.
Alright, so real quick with the Bernie Lizard, or the special Charizard is what we nicknamed it Bernie Lizard, that's why I called it Bernie Lizard. Anyway, so we went full speed and natured into the speed, so it would be the quickest lizard there is, and then gave it full nature into its special attack, so that way it just hits like, well, like, it's not like a freight train because it doesn't actually touch you, but you know, it's a lizard. Anyway, moving on to the bulky Charizard, leftovers, so we get some sustain, and we gave it Roost, Toxic, Protect, and Flamethrower as its moves. Now, of course, as usual with Toxic Pokemon, it does get walled by Steel types, but at the same time, we put Flamethrower on there, so if we see a Steel type, then all we have to do is set it on fire and it dies, and then no more Steel
Making this
Pokemon
set
problem.
only walled by Heatran.
Do what?
This set's only walled by Heatran in that scenario.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which isn't seen too much in this meta, thank God. I hated that
Yeah,
play.
seriously. It was so annoying trying to fight that thing. Then again, one Earthquake and it was dead.
Oh, for real.
And for the
Alright, anyway.
for the EVs on this guy, we lowered his attack because he's only using special attacks anyway. We went full bulk in both defenses, natured into his physical defense because most of the time physical hits are the ones that are gonna be more worrisome anyway. And then we put 4 into his special attack because you never know when that one extra point to the 255 will actually save your life in a battle. Anyway, so let's move on to Blastoise. Moose, go ahead and let's take it away with the physical Blastoise.
Alright. So what you're looking at with physical Blastoise, like, Blastoise can hit about as hard physically and specially, which it's weird like that, which I kind of like that, honestly. It's very, it's very fluid, as its water typing would suggest. Haha, fun. Anyway.
Clever.
But it's also bulky in both ways, too. So, when you're looking at a Blastoise, you're not going to want to try to run its speed. I mean, I believe it has a 78. It's low. It's
Yeah, it's
low.
not very quick.
It's super slow. And so what you're going to want to do when you're making any sort of offensive Blastoise, you're going to want to put that 252 into the health. Because that is essentially a little bit more defenses without trying to invest like 128 into each defense. Like, that's more work in game. This is for convenience.
Yeah,
For
really.
being honest. Plus, it's nice to have more HP. Like, say somebody brings a Wild Charge Pokemon. They're taking a lot of damage if they hit a max HP Blastoise in the face.
Yeah,
And you gotta go
seriously.
252 into the attack. Adamant Nature, preferably, because it's not lowering your defenses or you're already pretty low speed.
Although
And
having
then-
a lower speed wouldn't hurt that bad since this seems to be a very Trick Room heavy meta.
It is. That's true, it is. But at the same time, the meta may change when Pokemon is released because this video is being recorded pre-Pokemon.
True.
And so, basically, with the set, we gotta have that workup on there. The workup is necessary because its attack is in the 80s, which is less than a light bulb Pikachu. So it's not very good at all. But it can work with its bulk. You set up 1 or 2 workups, then you can Aqua Jet, Brick Break, or Earthquake. Now, Aqua Jet obviously is there for the priority mega burst, those speed, and it's just nice stats to have. Aqua Jets come in handy and save me many times in competitive play. Many, many, many times. And then we have Earthquake, and we decided to go with Groundium Z, because that is a strong Z move. I believe that's a 180 power Z move, and it's always just nice to have the ground type coverage, because ground is an awesome offensive typing. Plus, it helps us kill the electric type that we fear.
Yeah, true.
Now, the only real problem with this set is we lack any real way to kill grass types. But Brick Break is not a bad option because it is grass types neutrally. But if we're being honest, Blastoise doesn't have the best physical moveset. So he really shouldn't be ran as a physical attacker, but in case you wanna, this is the best way we found. And so, Special Blastoise. Go ahead, Corbin.
Alright, so this Blastoise, first off, we got Waterium. These things are weird. Waterium Z. And then for its move pool, we gave it Aura Sphere. Do what?
I said that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Psychium Z, Ghostnium Z, Groundium Z, Bugnium. It's all EM. It's weird. Anyway.
Type Inium.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting name formula they have. Same thing they did with Megazone. It was just way too lazy. They're just like, okay, let's do the basic thing and then some sort of suffix.
Its name.
And something. Yeah, exactly.
Ite.
It's dumb.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's the best idea we've had in generations.
And now they're just like, how do we make Z crystals? Let's put the type, and then Z at the end. Perfect! Yeah! Continue, please.
Moving on. So, we gave Blastoise Aura Sphere here because it's basically like having a Brick Break, only a little more powerful and not having to worry about accuracy, which is fantastic as a move. Workup, we put that on there because since it raises attack and special attack, it's honestly one of the better moves that Blastoise gets access to raise his attack stats. Then we put Flash Cannon on there for the Mad Fairy kills, because they don't like the Steel type very much at all.
We need that in this meta. We need that in this meta. It's such a very heavy meta.
Yeah, Tapu's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And then we put Scald on it because, you know, the 30% burn chance on a water type move with 100% accuracy. Also, I think it boosts to... How much power does that get? Isn't it like around 120 probably for Z moving it?
Well, I believe it's 160 when you use
160?
Scald.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'm not entirely sure on that. It's a big hit. It's
yeah, either way, it's a high power water type hit that's basically free anytime in one battle.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially when you get to that low health sweet spot for where Torrent kicks in.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's true. That would... Ooh.
I believe Torrent does 0.5 boost, so that's like another choice specs right there.
Yep.
For free on the water type attacks. Perfect.
Oh yeah. And then on this one, we went full into both defenses and then natured into the special defense because most of Blastoise's... All of Blastoise's weakness types are harder hitting special than they are physical. Being grass, thunder, electric, and... I think that's it. Is that it for water?
It's just grass and electric, yeah. Two weaknesses. One of the better defensive type things, in my opinion. That's why Pikamuku is so broken. We'll get to him eventually, don't worry, guys.
Yeah. Little ball of joy.
Oh,
anyway.
That thing is terrible. Alright.
Moving on to the bulky Blastoise. Take it away again.
Hey, guess what? We got another toxic staller for you guys.
Hey!
What a surprise. Except for this one has a little gimmick of itself. See, if you notice... It's holding leftovers, it's got Rain Dish, and we got Aqua Ring on there. So if we set up the Rain, we're essentially gaining 3/4 of a citrus berry every single turn. And so, honestly, if it's a Steel type, it might not even matter. You just set up the Rain, you set up your Aqua Ring, and you can just sit there and protect and alternate moves and PP stall that thing.
Pretty much.
Because you get a pretty decent amount of PP between all of those moves. Like, it just works. Because Rain Dance and everything, just nice hunk of PP.
Oh yeah.
It's just really good. And honestly, just go full bulk, both defenses. Nature into special defense. Doesn't really matter what you lower as long as it's not physical defense.
Yeah, really.
Because it just needs to be able to survive the hits, and it just needs to sit there and wall. Now this is probably the best Blastoise that I've seen, when
Honestly.
it's being regular Blastoise, because Mega Blastoise is just way too good as a special attacker, but we're not getting into that right now.
Yep, that is for another video.
It's way too good. This is probably the best Blastoise you'll see. Honestly.
Anyway, so that's all the time we got for this video, now that we've run through all 3 of the sets we got for all 3 of these starters. So, say goodbye, Moose.
Adios, audience.
Alright, thanks guys for joining us today. I'll leave a link to Hitmonmaster's channel in the description below. Like and subscribe to his channel because he's going to have some cool content coming out soon. Like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions or ideas of your own. Go ahead and post your own strats for these guys if you think you've got one that's going to be a lot better than ours. We'd love to hear your suggestions. Maybe they'll be featured in their own video, the commenters' suggestions video or something like that. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Adios, guys.